So what do you do here now?
Oh, right now we're just kind of taking it easy. I mean, I work from home.
Vacation home here.
For what field?
Patent law.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's an interesting field.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, it's.
Well, it seems that from what I've been able to gather from my layman understanding of it, you need an attorney. It seems to be very intricate. There's a lot of.
Yeah, it's probably best to if you don't know what you're doing before you.
Now let me. See, being the conspiracy-minded person that I am.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yes. I look at every aspect. I've been looking at some of the patents that get denied or become under scrutiny because of the repercussions they might have on society or corporations in general. Give you, for instance, you have heard of Procter & Gamble, of course. Foster Gamble, heir to that vast fortune, groomed to be a top 0.00001%. Had an epiphany early on, and he says, I can't deal with the elites that surround me. I can't do what they want us to do. So he breaks from the entire elitist agenda. And he makes this documentary called Thrive, Thrive. I highly recommend it. And one of the first things he does in there is he exposes government cover-ups for over 100 years. One of the first cover-ups he exposes is free energy suppression. So the patents put on for people that have invented, offshoots of tests or technology, machines that can draw energy out of the air, working with magnetic fields, you name it.
I've heard of this. My friend told me, and there's this invention where they learned how to combine two hydrogen atoms to create energy, and the guy got suppressed. Or something there was some guy who invented a machine that could create energy out of air. Yeah, I've heard of this.
Yeah. And there's been several, but that's it. When they put the patents in, strange things start happening. They get visits, some of them, most of them, first they try to buy them out. They don't buy them out, then they start intimidating and, ruining their lives. Push comes to shove, they get murdered.
Yeah. Well, I will say this, in terms of having a patent, it's just a document. If you don't have the muscle to enforce it, it's a worthless piece of paper. And a lot of the little guys should get these patents because I've done a lot of patents for them. They'll get one, but if Procter & Gamble or Amazon wants to do what's on your patent, there's really nothing you can do about it because unless you have the muscle to fight them. So they'll just walk all over you. Now, if you try to sue them,
muscle meaning money and attorney, getting someone like you and paying you a lot of money to fight those guys.
Yeah, I actually don't litigate them. I just write them. But I have a friend who actually litigates them. And, you still need about $200,000 before an attorney will even look at the case.
Yeah, that's what I would say. It seems like a complicated, especially if you're going to go up against the big guys.
Yeah, there's something to be said for that. But as far as patents that get denied on a typical scale, because there's hundreds of thousands of them, it's really just based on the examiner you get. There's really any of the patents I work with. I mean, I do some stuff for the defense industry, but those, of course, are getting allowed. The government wants those, right?
Yeah.
They want more patents on helicopters and things like that.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but I was just wondering, some of the processes of what, thank you for filling me in because it's hard. That's a bummer knowing that a little guy can't come in and, with a good idea without having to get squashed by the...
The big value of a patent for a little guy is its marketing effect because companies will sometimes buy it from you, and to have a patent is a great thing to have in your marketing brochure saying, hey, it's patent.
Yeah, plus, if you imagine you would make some money off of the patent if you were to sell it to the big guys or something, if you cooperated with them, but not like you would if it was just all yours.
And they'll try to take advantage of you.
Oh, of course.
They'll try to make it seem like it's not worth anything, even though it is.
Oh, well, even the way they go ahead, anybody that, let's say, works for a General Electric or something, when you work for them, you pretty much sign yourself up, because if you come up with a new, better way of making a product for them, it's theirs, it's not yours.
Right. They'll take it from you. The guy who invented the Ford windshield wipers for it. I haven't seen, my wife might have seen that, but Yeah, but the guy invented the windshield wipers, and Ford took it from him, and he sued Ford. And there's a movie about that. There's actually a big movie that came out.
Yeah.
It's like a Hollywood kind of movie. But cool, man. Well, we're gonna keep walking.
All right. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.